I never thought I'd be saying this, but rest in peace to Luffy, guys. Luffy ain't surviving Emu. Like, what is going on in One Piece chapter 1189, guys? If any of you were thinking that Luffy somehow like going to come back in this chapter after how the last chapter ended, you guys were completely wrong, guys. Like, what happened in this chapter will just like you don't, bro. Like, I'm speechless. What I'm seeing. Like, am I reading One Piece or am I reading JJK? Like, I heard Oda met with Gege a few days back, and it is showing in his writing and drawings in this chapter, guys. I'm just gonna give the hint beforehand before we dive straight into the chapter. So yeah, let's start from the beginning. The title of the chapter of One Piece 1189 is the King of the World, and you know who's the King of the World right now in One Piece and why. You know what's about to happen in this chapter if the title is like that. Who's gonna be the importance and focus? You know, yeah, it's Imu. Imu is running a generational gauntlet. So yeah, let's see what goes on. In the cover request, we see that Nami is with like three monkeys, and the three monkeys are like Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy. You know, and the one that looks like Zoro is like covering his mouth, and Luffy, the monkey D Luffy, yeah, bro, no pun intended. Yeah, he's doing Luffy's iconic Gear 5 pose, and Sanji is like with his love eyes and looking at Nami with his ears covered. You know. So yeah, this is a really cool cover request. Like Nami, like as usual, like bullying the monster trio like they're nothing. So yeah, it's cool to see this. Yeah, I wonder when we're gonna see the next cover story. You know, like I heard some people saying that from next chapter, from 1190, maybe Oda will start a new cover request. And yeah, I'm really super hyped to see where it goes. So yeah, that's it for the cover request, and now for the main event, guys. But before we get there, there's gonna be some like crazy stuff. So this is how exactly Imu is moving in Elbaf right now. You know, like you know, if you know, you know, guys. So minor spoilers here. So yeah, the chapter starts off exactly where we ended up in the last chapter. So yeah, like some people may have thought that maybe this was Luffy at the end of the last chapter when Imu stabbed Luffy with the sword. Some people were thinking that maybe that was like Luffy's future side, that he was maybe seeing the future, and that is not actually what happened. Like he was just visualizing what was about to happen, and he somehow dodged it. But no, those of you guys who thought that, like you guys are completely wrong. Like this is insane. So yeah, the chapter starts off with exactly where we ended off. Like Luffy, like Imu stabbing Luffy, and they're like, Imu is like pushing Luffy with the sword, and Imu like pierces Luffy through a tree with the sword in place. Like this is crazy. Like pins Luffy to a tree, and bro, this is brutal to watch. And yeah, in the Luffy's like blood is coming out, bro. Like this is insane. So yeah, and then like suddenly like Usopp, we cut back to Usopp's group, Usopp, Nami, and Usopp like senses that something bad is happening to Luffy, and like Nami asks Usopp like what's going on, what happened, and Usopp says like, is Luffy alright? And Nami is worried like, don't suddenly ask such a scary question. And guys, this is crazy. So like this is a crazy feat. Like Usopp was the first one to notice that something is wrong with Luffy and Luffy's fight with Imu, and they're like very pretty far away, and Elbaf is very vast, you know, like, so keep in mind that. So this is insane Usopp observation hockey feat. I think this is probably the first Usopp observation hockey feat since Dressrosa, again after Sugar, you know, since Sugar. So this is crazy. So maybe, bro, like at what cost? Like we are finally getting some Usopp's hockey feat, but at the cost of Luffy getting stabbed by, like literally getting crucified by Imu. Like this is insane. So yeah, Nami is also like worried, like why would Usopp suddenly say that? Like, and Nami is hoping that Luffy will be fine. And then Jinbei says that don't forget he defeated this giant Nami. So yeah, Jinbei is saying that like Loki was defeated by Imu as well. So there should be like, you know, like realistic, like things could go bad here and Luffy might be actually in trouble, so they should be ready to help him, you know. And then I'm just gonna like put it out there, like these translations, these are not the official one, this is like fan translations, and there's gonna be another translation later on. But guys, this chapter is so hyped that I had to put this video out as soon as possible. Like I want to talk with you guys, you know. So this translations are not very accurate, but I'll try to like explain as much as I can, like from what I get, from what I saw on Twitter and X, you know. So yeah, anyways, we then see the Jinbei, as we remember in the last chapter, how like Jinbei protected Ragnar and Loki from Imu's attack, and we see Jinbei is like in front of Loki and Ragnar, and Loki says, hey fishman, his, yeah, this is where the transition gets a bit off. So Yeah, just bear with me. And without a doubt, Jinbei says, without a doubt, Luffy's haki suddenly weakened drastically. So yeah, Jinbei also sensed that something is happening with Luffy, and Luffy might be in trouble, you know. We then see that Gonko has the ice where Gonko was trapped, like it has like melted, and Gonko is free. Like Brook is now holding Gonko, and Brook is saying like, Princess Shuri, like what happened, like what happened back then, like this is you, right? Like Brook is now like trying to wake up Shuri, like she's still like asleep, unconscious, and we'll see Frankie as well. And then Ragnar like tries to stop Brook, like Brooks then says that don't interrupt us, please. Ragnar continues to say "Kuriri, gi, gi, gi." And then Usopp says, are you sure it's okay to release her if she's one of those terrifying ones? Yeah, remember how Usopp like like when Imu fought Usopp, like Imu was in Gonku's body, you know, so Usopp is like really worried about like freeing her, you know. So yeah, I understand this, bro. This is insane. And then out of nowhere, suddenly a ship with Hajrudin Gerd fly in and crash into Loki. Like they have arrived to help out Loki, and this is crazy. Like my boy Loki getting, like Loki is getting injured. Like he continues to like get the hit one after another. Like this is insane. This is crazy. My boy Loki just can't catch a break. Like this is unreal. This is hilarious, bro. At this point, like we see Ragnar is mad as well. Here you can see here, and Gerd like falls on top of Loki, and the ship like breaks in half, like after crashing into Loki. Like this is insane. Like mind you, Loki is already injured from like Shamrock and Gonka from before, and he fought Imu, and Imu pierced him twice through the chest, and now he's having to go through this. Like this is insane. So I feel bad for my boy Loki, bro. I don't know, my Oda keeps on, I feel like Oda just like Oda's like enjoying like keeping Loki nerfed, you know. Like I don't know, man, this is hilarious to see. Anyways, we then see that Jinbei is like shocked, like what is this entry, like after watching Hajrudin and Gerd, and Chopper is also there. So Gerd is like holding on to Chopper, and Gerd says, Chopper-kun, how cute you are, you're dependable. And then Chopper is like, you know, as usual, Chopper gets shy when someone praises him. Chopper says, your praise doesn't make me happy, you idiot. Quickly, Loki, show me your wounds. Gerd is like trying to treat Loki's wounds, and then Gerd says, you're in serious danger, your condition is critical. Yeah, bro, Loki is in critical condition. I don't even know how bro is surviving. Like how is bro even talking? Like at the bare minimum he should be unconscious, bro. Like this is crazy. So we then have a flashback, and Hajrudin is right beside there of Hajrudin talking to Jarul, and Jarul tells Hajrudin that a reminder that Hajrudin before he was fighting the Domariverse giant in the western village. So now in the flashback we see that Jarul tells Hajrudin to instead go where Luffy is fighting, and Jarul says saving the children is only a temporary solution. Do you think the control over the Elbaf, a decision all the kings agreed upon at the reverie, is? So yeah, this is where the translation gets a bit iffy. So I feel like Jarul is trying to say that saving the children is only a temporary solution, and they have like a bigger enemy here that they have to like defeat, and like to defeat it in order to like fully secure Elbaf. You know, that's what Jarul is trying to tell Hajrudin. And then we see Hajrudin going somewhere where I don't know what's going on here. The transition here is very iffy. And then Hajrudin like says Luffy, like like Jarul told Hajrudin to like go help Luffy in his fight, you know. And Loki says, yes, I think I know. It's like, who is that man? Like they're wondering like who is Luffy fighting, like who is the man that like Loki fought. Like Loki then says, yes, I think I know. And then we cut back again to like Luffy and Imu stuff, and we see Imu says he won't be able to move, and Luffy is like pinned into a tree with his sword like piercing his body. Like this is insane to see. Like this is crazy. Imu says Luffy is like coughing and panting. Like we don't see Luffy any dialogue in this chapter. Like Luffy is just like in such a critical state. Imu says, I have stabbed you with a sword that absorbs life energy. So the void sword that Imu stabbed Luffy with has the power to like absorb life energy, and that's why like Luffy is struggling so much and he can't move, you know. And Imu then wonders like how many stabs will it take to like kill you, I wonder, Imu says. Then Imu continues to like yap. Imu says, what a disgusting name, the Monkey D. Luffy. But brothers each carrying a different family name. Bro, this is insane too. What Imu says next is crazy, guys. Bro, Imu says, one of them was killed by the Marines. Cough. The other appeared among the revolutionary army, and his name spread. Fragrag. Imu then summons another sword, named the Sea King Sword, and pierces Luffy again for the second time. And this is brutal, guys. Like, Luffy is like pinned to the tree, and both swords are like piercing it through his body and out the tree. Like, this is crazy. Unreal, man. Luffy is like bleeding like non-stop and through his mouth and nose. Like, this is insane. I don't even know how Luffy is conscious at this point. Imu says, you three are united by chaos and foolishness. So yeah, Imu's like mentally, like physically, like Imu is defeating Luffy in all ways possible. Like, this is crazy. Like, Imu is taunting Luffy with his brothers, like how Ace and Sabo are also like foolish, and how Ace got killed by the Marines, and Sabo appeared before the Revolutionary Army. Guys, I just want to say something here. Bro, the more feats we see from Imu, the more like we have like Sabo upscale, because how the hell did that man Sabo like make out of the throne room alive? And like when Sabo like met Imu and the Gorosei during the reverie. So yeah, insane Sabo upscale. Imu is like talking trash about Sabo, but mind you, Imu, you couldn't beat Sabo while you tried to jump him with the elders. So yeah, be careful what you say, Big Moo. So anyways, we then see that Loki is saying that it must be that time, and then we then see a flashback between Loki, Zoro, Scupper Gaban, and Shanks during the day when King Herald died, during the King Herald incident. And we see like Loki having a flashback. Loki says, "He's the one Redhead spoke of. With the powder's devil fruit I ate, I will avenge my father and his soldiers," Loki says. And we see Shanks, right? God King Shanks is here, bro. Shanks says, "I understand your anger, Loki, but you must be patient." Loki says, "What's wrong, red-haired man? Are you planning to stop me from avenging my father?" Shanks says, "Rather, I'm not underestimating you. I want to avenge him, for Herald was also my friend." Shanks then continues, but think carefully. The world government seeks to control the rest, and that is not its ultimate goal. It is merely a means to prepare for war." So Loki says, "What? The world government will start a war?" Shanks says, "And what is Loki says, "What is my concern with their war? My father died, oppressed and with sorrow filling his heart, and he became a victim of what happened to innocent soldiers." Then Shanks says, "Who is your enemy? From whom will you take revenge?" "World government." Then Shanks says, "Who was controlling it and manipulating it?" "He is the king of the world." "What are you saying, Shanks?" Zoro asks. "The world government's policy forbids the installation of a single king." "Hold on, Shanks. It's fine. I know. Hold on, Shanks. It's fine. I know they won't believe a word I say." Then Loki says, "Haha. So my enemy is the king. I will kill him quite simply." Shanks continues, "The king's power surpasses comprehension. Even my journey to the Holy Land only increased my bewilderment at his strength. If his defeat was possible, someone would have defeated him before you." Shanks then continues, It's not the time to fight him yet." And we see a flashback between Loki having another flashback instead of a flashback about Zebek. And Loki continues to like defy Shanks and say, "Shut up, who are you to give me orders? I will crush this scoundrel wherever he is." Shanks the flashback ends, and we see Zoro telling Loki, "Don't act recklessly, Loki." And we then cut back to the present again. So yeah, I just want to talk about this scene, guys. So this is really important. So yeah, Shanks does know about Imu, as many of us had already presumed, because he went to the Holy Land and he had a pact with Imu to become a blade of God, So yeah, Shanks says that, bro, in this chapter, Shanks basically confirms that no one in this world has a chance against Imu. Like, basically everyone is like Domi Reversi victim of Imu, except for Luffy, Loki, and maybe Devil Fruit users and Joy Boy, So this is crazy. Like, even Shanks is saying that his power is beyond comprehension here. And this is crazy. So this officially confirms that Shanks is weaker than Imu, and Imu is top one in the verse. Like, no matter what you say, maybe Shanks probably got way stronger since this incident, because this is like when, like 14 years ago, yeah. So Shanks probably got really strong after this. But guys, I still think that Imu is that guy. Imu is top one in the verse right now, without any question. Like, why are we even talking about that? So it's just pointless. So Shanks, this is very important, guys. Shanks says it is not the time to fight him yet. So yeah, I believe Shanks and Loki then later went on to fight each other, because Loki was really close to about to attack the Holy Land, and Shanks, knowing Shanks probably knows like he needs to have some pieces in place to like defeat Imu. Like Shanks has a plan to like defeat Imu, and he told Loki that it's not the time to fight yet. And I believe Shanks probably told Loki later on, like I will see another flashback, because I believe Oda is like very intentionally like holding back on the Shanks and Loki fight, because it's very important for the context of what happens later on in this arc. I believe Shanks told Loki to wait. In this chapter, it basically he tells him to wait. So I believe he told him to. They face off again, like 6 years ago when they faced off. Loki was about to attack the world government, I believe, and Shanks told him that it's not the right time yet again, and they have to wait for someone. Like they have to wait for some pieces to fall in place, like for the return of Joy Boy, the ancient weapons, Poseidon, like so many pieces have to be in place, like to defeat Imu. And Loki like still wanted to fight Imu, and that's why maybe they got into a conflict, and Shanks like fought Loki, and that's how like Shanks defeated Loki and chained him up. So I believe something like that went down. This is very obvious from here right now. Like this is really like plain inside like why Shanks and Loki actually fought, because they seem to be like in good terms. Like they have a common enemy. Like Shanks literally says their common enemy is the king of the world, and like Imu. And like this is crazy, guys. Like so this chapter also, like if you still had any doubts that Shanks is evil or something, bro, just give it up. Like Shanks is on the good side, and it's only a matter of time that Shanks like gets in on action. And I really hope Shanks does come to Elba. So let's see what happens with that. I would love to see a 3v1 with Shanks, Luffy, Loki going up against Imu. But the way the things are looking right now, I don't think Luffy is getting back up, guys. I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, with the flashback with Shanks ends, and we see that Loki says, "I left the country out of respect, and yet I couldn't reach him. If he truly is the king of the world, then he presents a perfect opportunity to eliminate him." So yeah, Loki is like finally realizing that the guy Shanks was talking about is right in front of him, and he was the guy that he just fought him. And this is crazy, like the way all is slowly building up. And the Straw Hats are also listening what Loki was telling Hajruddin and Gerd. And Hajruddin says, "A superficial idea, naive idea." And Loki says, "What? Let me help you," Hajruddin says, "but I won't object, for the revenge of my father's murder." So yeah, Hajruddin is about to like join in on the action and help out Luffy. I hope he gets some bite on Imu, but guys, let's be honest, what are we expecting Hajruddin to do here? So yeah, let's see, let's calm our expectations of Hajruddin unless something crazy goes down. And yeah, we see the other Straw Hats were also listening to what how Loki was conveying, because they're all nearby, they're all in the same place. Like Loki is like lying down underneath a mountain, underneath a rubble of a mountain, and the Straw Hats are on top of the mountain. So yeah, the Straw Hats are wondering, like Jinbei asks a question, like what a strange equation. If the world has a king, what's the role of the Gorosei? Like, then Brooke says, "I told you not to interrupt me, please." Like oh yeah, this is hilarious, this scene. Like we had here in this scene, like Brooke is like still trying to like wake up Gonko, and Ragnar and Brooke are having a fight because Ragnar is trying to tell Brooke not to free her because she is dangerous. And Chopper is finally doing it. Like Chopper is translating what Ragnar is talking about. Like Ragnar at this time, before he was just saying "kuririre," but we were not able to understand his language. But now, as many of us had already theorized, that Chopper can understand what Ragnar is saying, and Chopper is like translating that thing to Brooke. And Chopper says that he said, "I froze that woman because she is dangerous." This is hilarious, guys. And then Brooke asks, "What? You froze her?" And Brooke then continues to like shout at Ragnar, "I won't deny she is dangerous, but I'm sure someone was manipulating her. This girl is like my daughter." And then we see a really like funny cute panel of Ragnar wondering how a skeleton can be father of that daughter, that girl. Like this is crazy, this is hilarious, like peak One Piece. Like how I love how Oda blends in like little bits of like comedy in such a serious situation. Like this is crazy, like this is why I love One Piece. Like this is peak piece. Like we then see that Robin also somehow spawns in, like where the group are, Nami and Chopper. And Robin says, "It seems you're having an important discussion here." And Robin then tells Chopper, "I need you at the library." We see Sao, like the library also very close by, so we see Sao also like waving towards the group. And then again we cut back to like Luffy and Imu, and Imu is like summoning another weapon. And Imu says, this weapon isn't just for stabbing, and Luffy is like still panting, and what a pity, it's almost disgusting. Third weapon, Kiten no Oto, Heavenly Punishment Axe Shingetsuya. Luffy is like panting, and bro, like this is brutal to watch. Like Luffy is like blood is flowing through his mouth and nose. This is horrifying. Like I've never seen Luffy in this state before. Like this is so bad, guys. But what happened next is even crazier, guys. So we see in Western Village, we cut back to the Western Village where Sea Cloudport, where Zoro is fighting Summer, and Zoro uses a named attack, Iturio Santorio King of Hell 3-sword style, Iko Sonjo 103 Desires, and Summer is also uses a named attack, Love Sword of Wrath, and Zoro uses his ultimate named attack, Hell's Roar Devil's Inferno, and both of their attacks clash, and bro, like this is it, with the swords clash. This is insane, and there's a massive burst of Conqueror's Haki, lightning bursting through the place, and this is crazy, guys. Like mind you, like I saw on Twitter that this is, I'm not sure about the translations here because that's why I'm just like translating it from the Twitter. I saw on Twitter that this is like Zoro's strongest named attack and the one he used against King to defeat King, and Zoro uses that and Summers blocks it, and they're like Summers is going toe to toe with that. Like Summers is Summers is like power clipped King like that easy. Like this is crazy. Like this is Zoro's named attack until now, strongest named attack. And then Summers uses another. The sword Summers is using is the Love Sword of Wrath, and Summers and continues to like drop crazy lore here, guys, about the 19 kings from 800 years ago. Summers says, 800 years ago, the 19 founding kings of this world, they planted their weapons around the empty throne, vowing equality amongst themselves. Sword of Chaos, Toho, Sword of Nothingness, Fuhu, and Sword of Heavenly, Longinus, Spear and Sword of the Melis, Devil Stigma, and Murama's Sword. These are the names of the 19 weapons, the weapons that rule the world. And we then see like after clashing with Summers, Zoro is like blown back and Summers is in place. Like this is crazy. Like Zoro used his strongest named attack and he flew back, and Summers is like, this is crazy. Summers is in place. Like Summers easily tanked it, and Zoro was the one who got the bigger impact. You know, this is crazy. And Summers continues to yap. He revived it by bringing it back to life with the Devil's Aura and granted it to us. The legends that every true family has inherited and are beyond reproach. Enjoy yourselves, Roronoa Zoro. What you see before you, it is the power that subdued the world. Guys, this is insane. So like Imu, the swords that Imu is using, like they are indeed the 9 swords from the 19 kings. The swords that we saw surrounding the empty throne here, right? You know? So this is crazy to finally get the confirmation that Imu is like summoning these swords all the way back from the Holy Land, and Imu is like giving the swords to Summers and killing him as well. So guys, this is insane, man. What is going on? Summers then says, the weapon that my family has is Shepherd. He is the sword of wrath, love. So yeah, the Shepherd family sword from the Void Century, from the one of the 19 kings, one of them which were the Shepherd, the first Shepherd king, like the name of his sword was Sword of Wrath, love. And then we see that even Killingham gains another sword. And the weapon of my family, the Rimoshe family, is the sacred spear, Longinus. And Killingham is fighting Sanji. We don't see Sanji versus Killingham in this chapter, but guys, you see, it's about to get crazy. Like Zoro and Sanji, they're basically fighting Imu in this chapter. You know, like the way Imu is buffing Summers and Killingham. This is crazy. Then yeah, we then again cut back to the final page of the chapter, and this is hype as hell. We see Imu is about to land the final blow, saying, you must feel pride and gratitude with the axe that Imu summoned. You will die by one of the weapons that founded the world. And Luffy is like growling in pain, and we see someone like speed blitzing and coming towards the scene, and Imu is about to like land the blow on Luffy to finish him, and right at that moment, Summers comes in. Scoffer Gaban arrives and like blocks Imu's attack to save Luffy. Guys, this is insane. And that's the end of the chapter. No break next week. The Roger Pirate's left hand has arrived. So big boy Gaban, the Mountain Eater, has arrived to save Luffy, guys. Like this is insane. That, oh my god, what a chapter. Like this is like Oda is like going out of the park with what is happening in the last few chapters. Like Elbaf, it is like the best arc of One Piece for me right now. Like this is insane. Like this is so hype, man. Gaban arrives like this. and saves Luffy, paralleling the scene where Rayleigh saved Zoro from Kizaru in Sabaody. Like, this is insane. The wings of the Pirate King are helping the future Pirate Kings. Like, like, this is so cool to see. Like, peak, man, peak. We were wondering where Gaban was, and here he is. Finally, it's time for Gaban show. Like, Gaban has no fear. Like, mind you, Gaban knows what he's dealing with here, guys. Like, this is insane. Like, the Gaban has no fear, like, against the literal devil. Like, this is, look at the eyes. Look at my Demon King Gaban. Like, who is Imu, bro? The Emu is about to see the real demon Gaban, like the Mountain Eater. Like, Gaban is about to show us why he is the left hand of the Pirate King, guys. Like, this is insane. But yeah, let's be honest, guys. Enough Gaban gassing. We know how it's gonna end. Like, I'm literally worried about Gaban. Like, I'm seriously worried about Gaban. Like, what's about to happen to him next. But I hope he does put up a great fight. But yeah, I have a bad feeling about Gaban. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Oda might be able, like, on his way to like punch Gaban's ticket. Like, I'm not gonna lie. He might be getting the gauntlet. Like, this is crazy. So yeah, I hope Gaban somehow survives. But guys, this is like, when you realize that Gaban and Imu, the history between them, like, this guy Gaban, he knows about the One Piece, he knows about the Void Century and true history. Like, Imu is finally facing someone who knows about the true history and Void Century. Like, Imu probably has a bigger like reason to like finish up Gaban right here right now than Imu. Like, so this is gonna get real crazy. Like, the amount of lore reveals, like, I feel like Oda is about to drop some crazy reveal with Gaban and Imu, and we might I feel like we are at least getting some bit of Void Century flashback here, like something major revealed here. And maybe like, I would go on to say that we might even get Joy Boy's face reveal in the next few chapters. Like, I really do believe like something crazy is about to be revealed, lore revealed, because Gaban and Imu fight, this is like really insane. Like, this is about to go crazy because Gaban knows everything. Like, he knows about the Void Century, guys. Like, what that's the main catalyst of Imu's power, like where Imu's power stems from. Like, it's all shrouded in mystery, and Gaban knows about that. Like, he probably doesn't know about Imu, like, because Shanks was the one who told Gaban about Imu. So Gaban probably knew, like, in whatever they learned at Laugh Tale, like, maybe it was implied in some other way about Imu, and there was no mention of Imu, but he was mentioned in another way, by Joy Boy. So let's see, guys. I'm super hyped for the next chapter, but unfortunately there is a break next week, so we have to wait a bit, guys. But insane, guys. This is crazy. So yeah. Oh man, what a chapter, man. What a chapter, man. We really do need a breather, not gonna lie. We have so much to talk, like the swords, Imu summoning the swords. Like, bro, what can Imu not do? Like, we are witnessing one of the greatest final villain like run in history. Like, bro, like, who is Blackbeard? Like, if you still have the Blackbeard agenda, Blackbeard being the final villain, like, just stop it, guys. Like, look at Imu, the aura in this guy, like the way Imu is like even tormenting Luffy in this chapter by like insulting Ace and Sabo. Like, this is getting personal between Luffy and Imu. Like, Oda is building up a generational rivalry between them, and Luffy's comeback is gonna be generational. Like, I don't think Luffy is gonna get some crazy power up in this arc or something, but Luffy is gonna get, like, he's about to get defeated in this arc, like, really badly, and this is about to be like Luffy is like understanding, like, finally realizing what he's up against and what he has to like defeat to finally become the Pirate King. Like, because I do believe the One Piece is something that will help Luffy to defeat Imu. So this is gonna like really trigger Luffy to like learn more about Joy Boy, like why Imu is saying that Joy Boy is that guy, like Joy Boy was so strong. Like, I think Luffy will get curious about Joy Boy from this defeat, and then I believe that this is gonna lead into Laugh Tale arc, because I do believe we're really close to Laugh Tale right now. So yeah, but the first important thing is, how are we gonna escape from Imu? So I do believe that somehow Imu is gonna like run out of time because of Imu's time limit. How the Goro Saber is saying that you cannot stay in the lower realm for a long time. So yeah, and maybe also a reminder that Gonko, Oda is like really building up Gonko as well. So, and we also have something to see from Usopp. And mind you, another point, like Gonko's eyes, guys. Like, I believe like there's gonna be something important with Gonko's eyes that will help the Straw Hats and everyone in Elbaf escape from Imu. And maybe Elbaf gets destroyed, but somehow the citizens of Elbaf and the giants and the Straw Hats are able to escape, or not. Maybe by on top of Loki's, I heard a crazy theory that maybe Imu like Imu is like forced to leave Elbaf, but Imu at the last second destroys like entire island with some ancient weapon or some shit, and the Straw Hats and the Giants of Elbaf, like they escape on Loki's dragon form. You know, like that would be peak. Like I don't know, like it's just a cope, like, but it's on a crazy theory, you know. So yeah, guys, that's it gonna be for the video, and yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.